Hi, this is Chris. We are here in SAT Practice Test 2, taking a look at question number 24 in section 4. So this question is asking about the equation of a circle. It says the equation of a circle in the xy plane is shown above. What is the radius of the circle? Okay, so the standard form for the equation of a circle looks like this down here. This is x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared, or radius squared. So that's what we're hoping to see when all is said and done. However, this one is not laid out like that. If we look at the way this is formatted, it doesn't look anything like this final product down here that we're hoping for. So let's see if we can convert this into that. Okay. So when you have something that's written out this way where they don't have it in this factored looking form like the standard form for the equation of a circle, it means we're going to have to do something called complete the square. So let's take a look at the steps involved with that. So first step, we want to write our x's next to each other. We want to put our y terms next to each other. And we're going to leave a small space. So let's just rewrite this. Not doing any math yet, we're just rearranging. So x squared plus 4x, we're going to leave a little space after that, and plus y squared minus 2y, we'll leave a little space after that, equals negative 1. So now, when we try to figure out what goes in the space, so in these empty spaces here, we're going to take whatever the coefficient is on your x term, so in this case the positive 4, you're going to take this coefficient and the negative 2 on the y. We're going to do something with that. You're going to take half of that value and square it. So for completing the square, it's just two steps really. It's take half and then square it. So that's what we want to remember. We'll put this up here, and I'll highlight that just because that's definitely something that anytime you have to do completing the square, that's the essential piece. Take half and square it. So here, you're going to take half of 4, which is 2, and square it. So that would be plus 4. And remember, just like any equation, whatever you do to one side, you also have to do to the other side, which means we're going to add a 4 over here as well. And then we're going to do the same thing with our negative 2. We take half of that value, so that would be negative 1, and then we square it to make that positive 1. And that also means we'll add a 1 to the other side. And now, this equation is factorable. You can treat it as if it's two separate trinomials. You have x squared plus 4x plus 4, and you have y squared minus 2y plus 1. And so here, to factor that out, our factors for this will be x minus 2, or I'm sorry, x plus 2, just kidding, x plus 2 and x plus 2. And if you're not comfortable enough with factoring as a basic skill, so that's definitely, a piece of your foundation that you would need for a question like this, that's something you'd have to just go back and do some additional practice on. We do have videos where we cover the basics of factoring, so if that's something you need a refresher on, that's absolutely fine. Just make sure you get that refresher. But for this complex circles question, we're going to assume that the factoring piece is something that you've already mastered. So here the factors for this will be y minus 1 and y minus 1. And then on the right side there, negative 1 plus 4 is 3, plus 1 is 4. And so now we can clean this up a little bit, because x plus 2 times x plus 2 is really the same thing as saying x plus 2 quantity squared, and y minus 1 times y minus 1 is really the same thing as saying y minus 1 quantity squared equals 4. And if we look, hey, this looks a lot like this. So we have gotten to a place where we have all of the pieces that we need as far as using our standard form for the equation of a circle and figuring out whatever a question might be asking, which in this case, The reason we need that form is because it tells us a lot of information very easily. The center of your circle is going to have the coordinates HK, and the radius of your circle, as you might guess, the radius is R. So once you get that standard form, then it's easy to answer whatever a question is asking. And in this case, what's the radius of the circle? Well, we see that this is equal to 4, and remember that that is your R squared. So when we take the square root, we get, for this, that